Hey everyone, it's David, the Tarot Counselor, and today I'm going to do a kind of a deep dive onto the Star card from the Tarot of the Major Arcana. But first, I want to let you know that I do teach people tarot and astrology and many other things. So if you are interested in those topics, click on the link below in the description and join one of our courses. And we've got Facebook groups of over 600 people of other happy students who can help each other learn and grow even after the course content, or at least ask questions if there's some parts you struggle with or need more clarity. But today, what I really want to go into is to talking about the Star. It's a card, I would say, I always tell people in some of my courses, there's really only two ways to do tarot wrong if you're getting started. One is to adopt all the definitions and meanings of all the cards from any specific person or teacher, that even includes me. The second way is to never evolve the meanings of your cards for you over time. So as you do more readings for other people and you learn how to tap into your own intuition a bit more, you'll get a lot more clarity into certain cards, and some layers of meanings for specific cards and stuff will come out. And I've certainly deviated. That's why even as I teach people, I'm like, well, the classical definition is this, but I really take it a little bit further in this direction, just because that's the way I've kind of been in contact with this card through all my readings. So I think it's important to trust your own definitions and your own intuition, and also evolve over time. So the Star card, traditionally, it's one of the Major Arcana cards, and I personally view the Major Arcana cards as messages from your spirit guides, guardian angels, whatever you choose to believe in, to help you stay connected with your spiritual path and what you're meant to do to live your true authentic life and connect with your purpose in this lifetime. Now, the Minor Arcana cards are things that everyone's going to run into as we almost get distracted by the day-to-day life and the whatever seems to be important on the earthly level, but as we get older and closer to the end of our lives, we kind of have lots of regrets over getting distracted by that, and really regret not living a more true, authentic life connected with our path and what really resonates with us, or what we're really meant to do in this life. And so what the Star card really says, so it's one of the highest cards. It's 17 of the number 21 cards. The Fool is number 0 in the beginning of the Major Arcana. So this is very far on the way. And I always kind of downplayed this card for a long time, because what you see here is it's ruled by Aquarius. For those of you into astrology, and I do teach astrology as well, I'll teach you how to really read your own chart and kind of get to learn stuff right away. Also, link in the description for that too. But you can see here, kind of the traditional water bearer type of imagery, watering both the land and watering the water, and hoping kind of feed those things so it'll grow. And the way I kind of just interpret it is, kind of feeding your water being, cups, cards, and things related to your emotional energy side, and the earth, more practical energy from the earth signs. I like to tease my earth sign friends, especially Capricorns, but it's kind of like watering both of that energy. And then in the background, you can see all the stars with one super bright star. And to me, this is really like, card is mostly associated really with one word, which is hope. And so if you have this one star, this guiding star, this, whether it's your true North Star, if you have this goal that you're heading towards, that you feel so connected with what you believe to be is your mission, your vision, your purpose in this life, that can not only help orient you by the stars and kind of guide you on your vision, but also give you hope to kind of keep going on that. And that'll give you the energy to continue to water both your emotions and your practical life, to while you kind of stay oriented towards the star. Now, the difficulty or the challenging side of this card is the star is still kind of off in the distance, right? It's not immediately tangible. It's not in the foreground. It's not even in the background. It's way up in the sky. So it kind of says that whatever this is you're shooting for, it's still kind of out of grasp at the moment. You kind of know what it is. There are people who go through large portions of their life feeling unoriented in any direction or stuff like that, trying to find out who they are and what their real purpose is. So you definitely feel better if you're an individual who kind of knows what your North Star is, knows what your purpose is and where you're heading, even if you don't always know how to make progress towards it. But the challenge with this card it's almost intangible. It's almost like, as in a lot of readings, it's like, I still have hope. I hope you have hope. It's not a super forceful, powerful card that's going to come in. It can kind of give people motivation that, okay, make sure you don't get distracted, stay oriented towards what you meant to do and what you really want to do, and trust, even though it may be difficult and have setbacks, that you're going to make progress and you're going to get there eventually. But it was always this kind of distant card away, this not immediately tangible, not actionable. But I recently read a scientific study, because I do love to combine my passion for science with my passion for the occult and the tarot and astrology and numerology and mindfulness and all those kinds of things. And so this study really blew my mind and gave me a really new view of how the star can really work in all of our lives, and really what the purpose of it is for each of us, and in our readings that I've started to use a lot more. Now, this study takes place, I think, way back in the 1950s. I don't condone any kind of this. This is, back when we were doing experiments or studies with animals. They weren't always treated in the most humane way. So I don't condone any injuring of animals, but this is what they studied and this is what they learned. And I think it's either rats or mice, but I'm going to say it's mice. So in this study, what they did is they wanted to say, how long can mice tread water before they run out of energy, give up, and drown? And so in this study, they took some mice, put them in a bucket of water, and then monitored them to see how long it would take. And mice aren't very big, so they can obviously maybe have to eat a little bit more, and they don't have a lot of energy. And what they found that time to be is after about 15 minutes, the mice would run out of energy, exhaust themselves, not be able to get out, and then they would drown. So then they said, okay, the average mouse takes about 15 minutes until they give up and drown. And they said, okay, well, let's do the second experiment. Just before the mouse is about to give up and drown and run out of energy, let's rescue the mouse, take them out of the water, and put them back on the land for a few minutes, let them catch their breath and relax. And you say, okay, so this mouse has just presumably worked themselves to near exhaustion because they're fighting to stay alive in a very dangerous situation for them. And then now they've been rescued and they've been put on the side, and then they've been rested for a few minutes. Catch their breath, rest their legs a little bit, but they have already exerted all of that energy, which is nearly the maximum energy that they can. And then, also cruelly, which I don't condone, they then put those mice back into the water and said, okay, after this, how long can they go? So you would think that they wouldn't last very long because they were near exhaustion, near death, near drowning. Then they were rescued and taken out, probably rested a few minutes, and then put back into the water. And you would think, well, how long can they last after that? If they're only 1 minute away from drowning and running out of energy, they probably caught their breath, rested their legs a little bit, but they still haven't eaten, still haven't gained more energy. So how long can they last? And if you think about it, like, well, how long could they last? Mathematically, maybe only about a minute, you'd think, but then, okay, maybe they rested their legs, maybe go another 5 minutes, maybe another 10 minutes. What they actually found was that after this, the mice can last for 60 hours. That's right, not 60 minutes. After 15 minutes only initially, not even 60 minutes, which is 1 hour, they went for another 60 hours. And that is how strong hope is in our lives. They're probably trying to learn, they probably learned the wrong thing, but they probably wanted to learn, like, okay, how close to 100% of physical exertion can a person be? And then when you rest them, how much longer can they go beyond that 100% exertion? But what they really learned is how much hope plays a role in our lives. And what they believe it ended up being is, once the mouse was rescued from the water and then put back in, they were able to use way more energy and last so much longer because they had hope this time. Before, they were just in a terrible situation. They found themselves in a bucket. They're getting tired and running out. But the second time they found themselves in the situation, they realized that someone did come and rescue them. So they have hope again this time. If I just hang on long enough, someone's bound to come and rescue me again. Someone's bound to come and rescue me again. Someone's bound to come and rescue me again. And that just, I think, speaks to how much more reserve of energy that we have in our lives to overcome difficult times, or to get through really hard times, or just summon the energy to do insurmountable challenges for ourselves, if we just have the guiding purpose of hope. So for those of us who don't feel like we aren't oriented to our life purpose, or we don't have any hope or any direction in our lives, obviously you may not be able to weather the tough times as long as possible, or give as much energy as you can to overcome the barriers in your life. But if you still have this hope, and in this case for the mouse, it was hope that someone would come and rescue them, you can reach stores. It's like 250x the energy they thought any mouse could have, that they were able to exhume or bring out of their bodies beyond exhaustion, all because this time the biggest difference was they actually had hope that they had been rescued in the past and they may be rescued again this time. And that was enough to keep them going 240 times longer than they naturally would have from all their energy. So I think that's a terrible scientific study, but a huge testament to the power of hope in our lives and how having a guiding purpose and being connected to it can lead us towards where we really want to be and summon the energy within us to actually accomplish that, face the setbacks, face the hardships we're going to have, and overcome any insurmountable barriers in front of us way more if you have that something guiding hope. So that's why I really believe if you click on the link in the description and you're interested in getting your astrology charts and reports or a tarot card reading with me or just learning from some of the courses or some of the mindfulness, all these things that I think you can get better connected to your own purpose and mission and vision in life to live your true authentic path, that's going to give you so much more energy for your life in all facets of life, not just your health or your energy or what you can do and what you can accomplish. That's what these stores of energies can come out to, because you've got the hope that you are actually going to head down the path, and when you're 80, 85, you can sit back and say, I left it all out there, I really tried to accomplish and make the world a better place in the way that I thought I was meant to, and then that's going to help you feel more connected and give you a more joyful life than kind of floating through life, not knowing where you're going, feeling uncertain of what your true path and vision and purpose in this life is. And I think that's a really powerful message that I've been sitting with for the star. So if you like these videos, please subscribe. Please hit the notifications so you get notified. If you're interested in working with me or getting any kind of readings or courses or charts and reports to help you get better connected with your own purpose and mission in this life, click on the link below in the description and then see what works for you. Thanks.